Welcome to the VIG Archive. If you like knowledge and exploring different topics, you're in the right spot. Here we explore topics in history, literature, science, theology, politics, and whatever else we can think of. So if you like this kind of stuff, you're in the right spot. I ask that you please like and subscribe to my channel, and please leave any comments below. This video is going to be concentrating on Captain John Smith. The video is titled Captain John Smith, the true story behind Jamestown's most famous leader. So once again, welcome to the VIG Archive. Who was the real Captain John Smith? Explorer, soldier, leader, mapmaker, and author. John Smith played a pivotal role in the survival of Jamestown, England's first permanent colony in North America. His life has become intertwined with legend, especially the famous story of Pocahontas. What do historians actually know? In this documentary, we explore John Smith's early life and military adventures in Europe, the founding of Jamestown in 1607, his leadership during the colony's struggle for survival, the Powhatan Confederacy and the story of Pocahontas, his exploration and mapping of the Chesapeake Bay, the starving time and Smith's departure from Virginia, his lasting influence on American history. Using historical sources, maps, and original artwork, this presentation separates fact from fiction to tell the story of one of the most fascinating figures in colonial America. Also, watch this channel for new videos every week. We have one recently. You can explore it on early Jamestown. So it's a pretty good video. I'm kind of proud of it. So anyway, once again, Captain John Smith remains one of the most recognizable figures in early American history. Soldier, explorer, mapmaker, and writer, Smith played a crucial role in helping England's first permanent colony survive. His adventures often sound unbelievable, yet many are supported by historical evidence. Today we'll examine his remarkable life, his leadership at Jamestown, his encounters with Powhatan's people, and the legacy he left behind. John Smith was born around 1580 in rural England. Rather than settling into a quiet life, he sought adventure from an early age. He became a soldier and fought throughout Europe during wars against the Ottoman Empire. According to Smith's own writing, he was captured, enslaved, and eventually escaped before returning to England. These experiences shaped him into an experienced leader long before he sailed for America. In 1606, the Virginia Company organized an expedition to establish England's first permanent settlement in North America. 3 small ships carried approximately 104 settlers across the Atlantic Ocean. Among them was Captain John Smith, although he nearly never reached Virginia after being accused of mutiny during the voyage. The settlers reached Virginia in May of 1607 and established Jamestown along the James River. Unfortunately, they selected a poor location with brackish water, mosquitoes, and unhealthy conditions. Disease spread rapidly, food became scarce, and relations with nearby Native American tribes were uncertain. John Smith quickly became one of Jamestown's strongest leaders. He insisted everyone contribute to the colony's survival. His famous rule, "He that will not work shall not eat," reflected his belief that every colonist had responsibilities. While strict, his leadership helped improve the settlement's chances. The English settlers entered a region already occupied by the Powhatan Confederacy, a powerful alliance of more than 30 tribes led by Chief Powhatan. The relationship between the settlers and Powhatan's people alternated between trade, diplomacy, and violence, as each side struggled to understand the other's goals. Perhaps the best-known story about John Smith involves Pocahontas. Smith later claimed she saved his life by placing herself between him and his captors. Historians continue debating whether this event actually occurred exactly as Smith described, whether it was a ceremonial adoption ritual or whether Smith misunderstood what had happened. Regardless, Pocahontas later became an important intermediary between the English and Powhatan's people. Exploring Virginia. Smith was not only a leader but also an accomplished explorer. He led expeditions through Chesapeake Bay, carefully mapping rivers, coastlines, and native settlements. His maps were so accurate they remained valuable for many years. Leaving Jamestown. In 1609, Smith suffered severe burns after a gunpowder explosion and was forced to return to England. Without his leadership, Jamestown entered one of its darkest periods, known as the Starving Time. During the winter of 1609 and 1610, hundreds of settlers died from starvation, disease, and conflict. New England. Smith never returned to Virginia, but he continued exploring North America. During voyages to the northern coast, he helped popularize the name New England. Through his books and maps, he encouraged additional English colonization. Smith's legacy. John Smith left behind an extraordinary legacy. His writings remain important historical sources, although historians compare them carefully with other evidence because Smith sometimes emphasized his own accomplishments. Even so, few doubt that his leadership helped Jamestown survive during its earliest and most dangerous years. Conclusion. Captain John Smith lived a life that combined courage, hardship, exploration, and controversy. While some stories about him remain debated, his impact on England's new first permanent American colony was undeniable. Without his leadership, Jamestown might not have survived long enough to become the foundation of English America. Thank you again for listening, and please look for more videos on this channel. There's going to be all sorts of stuff that I'll be sharing.